Here we are at Glue Shop Arena in Quebec, where the Quebec Flair will take on the Windy City Watchmen in tonight's quarterfinal matchup in the Intermediate Division. Thank you for tuning in to the SPO Network. My name is Darth. Let's get to know the boys that are going to be on the ice for this one. Man, I'm already struggling with my words. This is going to be a good broadcast. I can already feel it. The 6-6-0 Windy City are going to be in for a tough ride here as the second wild card spot, jumping into the intermediate playoffs, taking on one of the toughest opponents that they will have to play, at least until the finals, if they do make it past this hurdle. Quebec Flair right now 14-2-0, having a decent call to fame whenever it comes to the intermediate division. They went 6-0 against their conference rivals, and Windy City Watchmen had a 2-4 record. So whenever it came to the Baguettes representative, they're going to be wearing the black jerseys here tonight. Didn't quite have the length to go whenever it came to the cross-divisional or the cross-conference matches in the intermediate division. Quebec Flair didn't really have a problem with it, didn't drop a game throughout the regular season, and tonight might be also a testament to that. But for Windy City, I think it's going to be Johnny Coldcuts, Billy, and Fiver. If I'm not mistaken, I could be entirely wrong, but I'm pretty confident that one player I know for certain will be on the ice, and that is, of course, Fiver. Flip side of that coin, the Quebec Flair having Nair, Meekers, Loki, and Hirsch to pick from. It's only my best guess that Nair, Hirsch, and maybe to the tune of Meekers going to be playing here tonight. That's my expectations. Of course, Nair topping the charts in terms of points and goals throughout the intermediate division here throughout the regular season. Looking to do the same thing as we move forward into throughout the postseason. He has the softest hands. He is the carry, and we'll see if he can pull off an MVP or two here this season. He's one of the biggest weight pullers for Quebec. He'll be called to arms here tonight. We'll see if he's up to the task here in a few moments. Taking a look at our odd shot players to watch for this matchup. Two sides of the coin. I got the captain, Johnny Coldcuts, and the captain, Nair, for their representative hockey clubs. Nair, top of the goals column, 75 throughout the regular season. Didn't really have a whole lot of competition whenever it came to who was walking home with that award. And he's going to be fighting for it. He's going to be pushing for it. He's going to be looking for a little bit more gumption to put underneath him. Second place in terms of goals scored in the regular season. Next closest with the Hartford Wolves' very own the Dwarf Slayer with 51. Underneath Nair's 75. Down towards the middle of the pack is Johnny Coldcups with his 31 goals to his own name, down around 11th place. Underneath the Hot Spring Cinnamon Bears' very own Unglued Snail, and right above Quebec Flair's Meekers, also playing on the Nashville Iconics here throughout the regular season. Turned his jersey inside out, made it a little bit more red than purple, but we'll see what they got in store for us here tonight. The saves are what I'm focused on here tonight with Johnny Coldcuts. He's got 31 saves in the top 10 of the defensemen for the Slapshot Premier League, at least as far as the Green Shields go. Right above him is teammate Billy with 32 saves to his name, same amount of games played, just a little bit of a notch over him in that department. A lot of the times you can't really attest saves to quality of worth whenever it comes down to that stat specifically, as more times than not, this is something that I learned my very first season casting back in October of 2020. You can't really attest saves always to be of value, but in this case it is. Sometimes the team that gets shot on the most does in fact have the most saves, and middle of the pack is where you find the best defenseman, and Johnny Coldcuts fit in the bill, and alongside Quebec's very own someone. But we'll see how they shape up here for this matchup. It is a best of three here tonight between these two teams. We're going to see how they shape it up and ship it out, as some of the top goal scorers are going to be on the ice for this one. Windy City Watchmen scoring 67 regular season goals amongst their squad. Quebec Flair 122, a little bit lopsided. It's going to be a nail biter for both sides of the ice. Quebec Flair going to have to hit their shots. Windy City going to have to shut them down in the neutral zone if they're going to come out on top on this one. But it's the intermediate division. Everybody's in for it for the fun. Everybody's in for it for the vibes. And I'm not going to take it off any skin off of anybody's nose if they're not out there playing their hearts out. But it is the playoffs. Everybody wants a little piece of the action. Everyone wants a little bit of a little clout to put underneath their belt for it. And that's why we're here tonight to take a look at these quarterfinals. Taking a look at the bracket before we get this one down on the ice here in about 4 more minutes. Quebec and Windy City on the top side of the bracket. Whoever wins this best of 3 goes on to the semifinals to take on either the Hot Spring Cinnamon Bears or the Bassmasters from Carolina? I'm completely drawing a blank. Yeah, the Carolina Bassmasters, the 4th best goal scorers in the intermediate division, will be taking on the 7th best goal scorers in the intermediate division. Sunday night at 8:30, I think, is where we're set to go. It's on the website, spl.gg, if you want to take a look at that. Each team captain is responsible for updating their site or their times on the website for the casters and the audience to keep up with the matches and watch them live if they can. But Hartford losing in a 3-game series against the Gulfport Gummers. The Gummers being one of the best intermediate division teams. They are the only team that I have been DM'd about not belonging in IM whatsoever. But you know, they fought for their spot with the Quebec Flair for the top of the Omelette Conference. The Quebec Flair do own the division title as the best regular season team. The Gulfport Gummers went 12-3 in the regular season. Hartford Wolves a bit more in the middle of the pack there for the Baguette Conference. On the flip side of that lower side of the bracket, the Austin Alligators took out the 3-game series against the Nashville Iconics, as the Iconics took the first game by 1 point, and then Austin kind of ran away with it after I made a deal with the Devil to unban Triggered Kid if they did in fact win that. Well, Austin came out on top. Triggered Kid is unbanned, and we'll just have to wait and see if Austin or Gulfport are going to be on the other side of the tape whenever it comes down to the finals. But tonight, Quebec, Windy City, going to be our 2 representatives out down on the ice. Windy City from the Baguettes Conference. Billy, 5-year. Johnny Coldcuts down on the ice, already getting warmed up for this matchup. Quebec Flair still not in the lobby quite yet, but Quebec has a very strong claim to this matchup. No matter who they stick onto the ice, we'll see who it will be, and we'll move on from it afterwards. But last time these 2 teams met up, they had a bit of a joust with the sticks, and well, Quebec came out on top. It may not be exactly what you would have expected it to be. Windy City actually made them run for their money. It was only a 2-point difference on the board. A 4-6 difference was the result of that matchup. And I think it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be down to Quebec Flair if they can hit the net. It's going to be down to Windy City if they can stop them from even getting the shot released. It's going to be a game about possession. It's going to be a game about chutzpah. And it'll be interesting. I really don't know what to expect from this. I haven't seen either of these teams play outside of the matches I've played against them down in IM. So we'll see what happens. But last time these teams did meet, it was Script, Johnny Coldcuts, and Billy out there for Windy City. And then for Quebec, it was Hirsch, Meekers, Nair, and someone. So without someone down there on the ice, I think Quebec will do just fine. Nair had 5 goals. Hirsch had 1 for the total of 6 for the Flair. Billy had 1. Johnny Coldcuts 2. And Script had the other 1 for the total of 4 for the Watchmen. But if you're new to SPL, you're not sure what the level of competition we're going to be seeing here tonight, here's the overview of all the divisions we have in SPL this season. At the top, the best of the best, we have the Pro Division. Underneath them, we have the 12 teams of Challenger. Underneath the 12 teams of Challenger, we have the 14 teams of IM. We started with 14. I think we're down to 10. 2 teams out of the Baguette Conference ended up disbanding. The Sam Squanches doing it after roster lock. The Michigan Mafia not playing a game this season, and they were promptly swept under the rug after their 4th forfeit loss. And then underneath that, we have the Open Division. Anybody that signs up that has no prior SPL experience at the beginning of the season will be placed into the Open Division. So we never turn anybody away. If you do sign up, you do get a spot in SPL. There is no qualification rounds. You climb the ladder to be you climb the ladder to play against the best to be the best. And if you don't want to do that, you can vibe down in IM with the rest of us. We'll see what happens. Bracket says Windy City. Well, you see, the thing is, they wanted to be Chicago, and we already had the Chicago sale, and I think we had another Chicago team already represented in SPL, so they decided to go on the nickname of Windy City. And I don't remember if it was Wind City or Windy City, but they both sounded right to me. But they are officially the Windy City representing the Watchmen here tonight. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. 1 team from each conference of IM. A lot of the conspirators and experts in SPL have doubted whether or not the Baguette Conference will have much to talk about after the quarterfinals. But I mean, it's partially true. We'll see if it's following that trend here tonight. Hartford and Austin on the bottom of your screen, both from the Baguette Conference. Nashville and Gulfport, both from the Omelette Conference. And you know, 1-1 so far. So we'll see if Windy City can pull this one off, get us some more baguette representation on the semifinal board. If not, it'll be down to us at Hot Springs to get her done on Sunday night. And I'm a little nervous about that one because I feel rustier than a bucket at the bottom of the ocean, if you know what I'm saying. But it's gonna be a fun one tonight. As we still wait for the Quebec Flair to get into go mode here tonight. Talking to Johnny Cold Cuts a little bit before the game. They're feeling it. They're feeling good. No matter what happens here tonight, they're in it for the vibes, and I vibe with that. But only time will tell how this matchup will actually transpire down on the ice. Do we have a scene for the standings? I don't think we do. No. That is unfortunate. I forgot to make that. Either way, this is my first IM game I've casted here this season, so, I mean, the only representation I have and expectations for this game that I do have are from the games that I've played against both these teams, and Windy City, I would go as far to say, not to be mean, but they have more holes to punch through whenever it comes to their game compared to the Quebec Flair. Whenever we played the Quebec Flair, it was just that we played with a lot of holes, and their through passes got down to Nair, and Nair just lit up the goal time and time again with nobody back to stop them. So Quebec Flair might be going the long pass route here in this one, and if it's not broken, don't break it. So, you know, if the passes do get through to Nair and he's able to shoot and he's able to score and you're not able to stop him, I think that's going to be game. So they're going to have to watch out with that one and see what they got going on. Noah Hirsch tonight, going to be interesting for Quebec. But they do have Meekers, they do have Nair, and they do got the other guy, whatever his name was. You know the guy I'm talking about. Loki. During the regular season, Loki had a few notches to the goals column. He didn't play a whole lot, but he did play one game, and that one does in fact count. 1 goal, 4 points on that night. And, you know, that does make things interesting. I didn't quite study the stat books as well as I normally do for the pro matchups, but that one game played might send a few shivers down the spine. But it is the top seed of IM going against the second wildcard spot, the last place in. So they should be all right, all things considered. But Loki is the last man we're waiting on for this match to get underway. Nair and Meekers into the lobby for Quebec, and we just await our one remaining man. 4 minutes past the go time, 10:30, and we'll wait him out. We'll smoke him out. We'll see what he's kicking. Kicking the flow, maybe. There's a song about that. Yeah, both teams having a lot to talk about, a lot to think about, a lot to sweat it whenever it comes down to the ice. Top goal scorers from the Windy City side of the ice. All right, I didn't miss anything. Johnny Cold Cuts with 31, Billy with 25, Script with 10. 5-year, only playing one game, having 1 goal in that match. So not having Script down there on the ice might hinder Windy City. Both teams playing with their 4-man here tonight, and I think it's going to probably even out whenever it comes down to the Steves. Not having Script, not having Meekers, or not Meekers, Hirsch down there on the ice from each side of the ice. Gives their backup some time to play, gets their backup some time in the spotlight. We'll see if they can punch their way out of it. Only one team can prevail in this best of 3, so we'll see what they do. Of course, in SPL, all games, postseason, regular season, are 3 periods each. Each period is 5 minutes long. Whoever has the most goals at the end of the third will get the W. If there is no difference on the score, if we're tied at the end of that, we go into a sudden death overtime. First goal does, in fact, win it. Little golden goal magic. But we'll see what happens. It's the challenge of the baguettes, and it's the challenge of the omelets here tonight. Quebec Flair from the omelet side, the Watchmen from the baguette side. We'll see how they feel it. This is also casted on Kick. I think LeBom James, our new caster, is also going to be tag teaming this one for a little simul casting over on that website if you want to check them out. I think it's kick.com/McGriddle, if I'm not mistaken. Threw it out there in self-promo. We'll see how they're vibing. I've not gotten any additional word to what might be the delay from either side of the ice. So your guess is as good as mine. But whenever it does take place, we'll be the first to know it here tonight. Loki just got home. Give him a minute. All right. That's what we were told. All right. Thank you for the update, Chili.
Round one.
We'll see how the team's going. Trying to grasp at straws to find stats to talk about. So Fiverr's only game played here this season was against the Sunnyvale Sam Squanches, another Baguette Conference team. The Watchmen came out 13-6. Johnny Coldcut 7 goals. Billy 5. 5-year had 1 goal in that matchup. That's 5-year's only game played here this season. But as I'm just combing through the files, the Quebec Flair have Loki, Meekers, and Nair ready to go here tonight. Johnny Coldcut's 5-year and Billy, your starting lineup for the Windy City Watchmen. We'll see what they got going. I've run out of calling cards. All right, all 6 parties ready to rock, ready to roll. We're taking this one down on the ice for the first time here tonight. Windy City Watchmen on the left side of your screen wearing the black jerseys. The Quebec Flair on the right side wearing the red. The puck has dropped. The game is on and time is underway here in this 15-minute segment of uninterrupted slapshot here tonight. Cold cuts off the near side. Cycling this one topside 5-year here with a forehand shimmy. Goes along the far side window. Down to the near side corner. Loki here after this one off the backhand. Peels it off the boards. Hits Meekers on stride. Good shot attempt, but that one goes off the near side, and that one rolls wide. Johnny Coldcut's long distance saucer pass. Goes over the stick of 5-year. Here's Meekers now for Quebec. Top side. Nair on the backhand. Sitting in his office looking for a little shimmy. Goes off 5-year. Down low. Out in front. Billy getting a piece of that one. Chops that one back out to the O-zone for the Watchmen. Here's Meekers with it now. Down low in his own corner. Leans to the near side, a forehand pass, goes at the Loki, stopped by 5-year, thrown right back into his face. Here's Meekers once more with it. Looking to roll this one top side, getting a forehand pass off the boards over to Nares. Nice stick check by Johnny Coldcuts, keeping the puck off his stick. Billy there, what of that save, sent back down low. This rolls its way down to the near side for Quebec. Meekers with a shot, Billy with a save, off to Nair. Nice forehand stick check there by 5-year to keep that one out of the defensive end. Billy goes off Meekers, top side, finds Nair, shooting, goes far side and wide. 5-year gets stuck on the far side post. Nair with a shot goes off to the near side and wide. Here's Loki with it now off the backhand. Out to the point. Meekers keeping that one on the stick, but not able to keep control of it. Just a little bit of extra over rotation on the forehand. Loosens that one away. Johnny Coldcuts with a shot. Not able to get that one past Nair. Up to the far side board. The battle continues as it goes along the far side corner. Loki trying to get this one out of the defensive zone. 5-year here trying to get this one back down to the crease. Nair with a forehand chop. Goes wide of the cage. Johnny Coldcuts chopped to the near side. Billy from the back end rolls this one down the near side wall. Meekers with a forehand stick check, finding his way back over to Loki. Loki off the back end trying to find the pass out in front. Billy there controls that one back out to the neutral ice. Off the back end, looks for the hook, not able to find it. Finds his way over to Johnny Coldcuts. Nair goes off Meekers, top side and loose. From the far side corner, looks down to the near. Loki here, trying to give him a little something to hit. A backhand shot, almost able to get that one to pop in. 3 minutes remaining, nobody with the score quite yet. 5-year neutral zone. Meekers with a shot, goes far side and wide. Here's Johnny Coldcuts once more with it. Down the near side wall, gives his boy some time to breathe. 5-year after that one, forcing Meekers down to the near side wall. 5-year getting a piece of that one. This goes back down low. Meekers, backhand. Loki, forehand, not able to send that one packing. Billy getting a piece of that one, throws him a little off kilter. Off the bank pass from Johnny Coldcuts, finds himself a teammate down low. Billy back to the point. Johnny with a shot. Nice save there by Loki. Out in front, Billy with a swing of the stick, and that one loosens up back to the neutral zone. Here's Johnny Coldcuts, the captain from Windy City, towards the top side of the ice, looking for his passing lane to Billy. Billy with a forehand shot, just wide off the near side. Loki off the backhand, rides this one neutral ice, goes off to Johnny Coldcuts. Coldcuts from his own hash marks, takes it out to the neutral zone. Meekers getting a piece of this one back behind his own goal line. Looks towards that top side of the ice. Billy there takes it away. Loosens that one back up. Meekers there fighting with him along the far side point of the Quebec zone. Loki getting a piece. Shooting. Hits the post and in it goes. The first goal is on the board for the Quebec Flare. 1:57 to go here in the first period of action. And they find themselves a little pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. Akers with a backhand try, scoring from the neutral zone. Able to find a little puck luck, finding a little bit of extra juice with a few stick checks from his captain. 5-year, the lone man back, not able to answer that call. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the first period of action. 2-0 is our score for the Flare. Akers looking towards the top side of the ice for a passing lane. Not a whole lot to work with there. 5-year taking the straight. Billy taking the cross ice pass. Able to find Nair shooting. Nice save there by Cold Cuts. Over to Loki out in front. 5-year with the save. Billy with the puck now. Chops that one across over to Cold Cuts. Nair getting a piece of this one for the boys in red off the backhand. Scoops this one down and in. Here's Billy with 1:22 to go. Yours this one neutral zone. Meeker's getting a piece of that one. 5-year on the back check. Gets this one back for the Watchmen. Out in front, just over the stick of Cold Cuts out to the near side point. Here's Billy scooping, shooting. Goes off 5-year and out to the far side face-off circle. Nair with a bank pass to himself. A shot towards the cage, but not on. Here's Billy. Out to the top side over to 5-year. 5-year letting that one leak out. Nair there to help it along. Loki, bank pass towards his captain. Not able to complete that one. Billy down low, finds 5-year. 5-year along the end wall. Not able to take it away from Meekers. Meekers here with an now forehand pass, goes off Cold Cuts over to Loki. Loki topside for Quebec, finds his way to Nair. Nair here with 49 seconds remaining here in the first period of action. Johnny Cold Cuts here along the near side wall trying to get away from the opposition. Meekers with a back pass down low to Loki. Loki off the backhand, down the straight, stop by Billy, shooting far side and wide. Here's Johnny Cold Cuts with it now. Off the forehand to the backhand, stick checked away by a few bodies out in front. 5-year and Meekers clash with the sticks off to the near side corner. Meekers has better body position, tries to get away from him. Off the backhand, forehand, backhand, shooting. Goes off Billy, far side and into the corner. Nair throws it neutral zone. Loki shoots, and he scores. Down the upright, splits the defense like Moses split the Red Sea. And, hey, the lane was there, and he took all of it. 3-0 Quebec. First period's not even over. They're getting a piece of this one. Loki here following it up with an email. Off the forehand, shooting. Saved by Billy. Billy going to scoop it out. Would have been on. Good stop there by Meekers in the center face-off dot. Johnny Cold Cuts here with a shot. Nice save by Meekers, and that will do it for the first period of action. 3-0 at the end of one here in Quebec. Both teams generating a decent chunk of change in terms of opportunities. Windy City just not able to find a way to crack the defense from Quebec so far here tonight. But both teams, no shy to adversity here tonight. Quebec having the better side of chances, having the better side of goals, having the better side of shots, and they're feeling pretty all right about it. 3 saves of the team's 4 so far coming to Billy for the Windy City Watchmen. We'll see if he can keep up the poise and defense as the series progresses. 37 seconds of the puck uncontested on Meeker's stick, toppling the lobby here tonight. Just beneath him is the captain from the Watchmen. We'll see how the second period goes in a few moments. 6 ready to rock, 6 ready to roll. We're down on the ice. Quebec on the right in the red. Watchmen on the left in the black. The puck is dropped. The game is on. We're back underway in this one. Johnny Cold Cuts starting right, hot to the iron, trying to maluminate himself a goal. Cold Cuts to the near side. Meekers gets a better body position with that stick check. Logie with a shot, stopped by 5-year. Down to the near side, finds his captain. Off the backhand, forehand, empty net, shooting! Hits the post off to the far side. Billy with a hip check, finds 5-year. Goes off Loki to the far side wall. Meekers looking to survive the night here for the Flare. Meekers, center ice, dangles, goes off Billy's hip and into the corner. Here's Billy with an out for Windy City. Off the backhand, down the straight, just out of the reach of his captain. Here's Meekers with an out, looking for the passing lane top side. Meekers trying to get some elbow room, gets past one, shooting, goes off 5-year with a dangerous pass, or dangerous save made, but it does clear it out to the corner. Here's Johnny Cold Cuts with it now, down the near side, stopped by Meekers, over to Billy. Billy top side, cuts it across to his captain once more, near side point, slapped away by Loki, over to 5-year. 5-year off the hip of Nair, recomposes himself, top side point. Loki chops this one down low to his captain. 5-year back in time to get an effective back check going, throwing a little pressure on the captain from Quebec off the near side, give his boy some time to breathe. 1:10 into it, only 1 shot so far registered. Here's Meekers with it now. Treading onward, shooting far side and wide from the corner. 5-year tries to get this one out of the defensive zone. Meekers Taking his time, thinking about it, drawing it up, looking at it like a whiteboard. Johnny Coldcut's going to be the first man to this one. Loki has otherwise to say. Out to the slot, not able to get the shot released. Oh, towards the cage would have been very unfortunate, but he knows what he's doing. He's played slap shot before. 3:19 to go. Meekers looking down the near side. Loki out in front trying to complete the tic-tac. Not able to find the toe as Nair shoots that one wide of the cage thanks to the defensive efforts of Johnny Coldcuts. Nair down in the O-zone. Goes from the corner out to the defensive end trying to keep possession for the boys in red. Here's Meekers with an out for the Quebec Flair. Meekers, topside, banks it off the wall, finds his way off Johnny Coldcuts as he streaks down the far side, meets only the defenseman from the Flair. Meekers once more with it, down towards that near side, cuts it across. Nice save by Billy. Billy here with possession. A forehand shot just wide off the near side. 5 here with a shot going wide as well. Billy down low, trying to find a point pass back to his captain. Here's Johnny Coldcuts with a shot, goes off the captain of Quebec from Nair. Here's Meekers going off Johnny Coldcuts. Loki here with it now. Loki with a bank pass to himself, bringing this one down low as we near the halfway mark of this matchup, the 2:30 dash of the second. Meekers, Nair with one man to beat. Billy here takes this one back off the back check. Top side, looks for himself. Loki with the first touch on that one, finds his way off his backhand down against the enemy end wall. Billy there throws that one across the green over to Johnny Coldcuts. Coldcuts top side, it goes off Loki. Here's Billy with it now. Top side over to 5 here with a shot from the outer slot, not able to get it to go. Here's Meekers with it now for the Quebec Flair. 2:04 to go here in the second. Both teams still feeling each other out a little bit. Johnny Coldcuts takes it, shoots it, scores it, and there they are on the board. It only took them 4 tries on the better side of the first and the second, but they do have themselves on the board, and they got themselves some gumption flowing through the veins here now. A 2-goal deficit, vastly easier than a 3-goal deficit, if you ask me. Johnny Coldcuts looking near side. Nair takes it away, looks for the forehand pass out, takes it himself. Billy, Coldcuts over to Loki. Near side, loosened up. 5 here, going to abide his time back in the corner. Little miscommunication between him and Billy on who wanted it more. Johnny Coldcuts, top side, looking to take this one out. Nair with a stick check, tries to free it up for his boys. Down low, here's Meekers on his own end wall. Takes it out to the corner, far side, down the straight. 5 here, getting a piece of that one. Nair goes off Billy. 5 here with an out on the far side point. From the slot, nice save there by Meekers. Sends this one back out to the neutral zone. Meekers from the corner. Looks to ring this one down towards the near side with 1:10 to go here in the second. Meekers with a forehand pass just over to the far side. Hits Nair in stride. He's going to take this one back, neutral ice. Good shot towards the cage, but not on. Johnny Coldcuts here for the Windy City Watchmen towards that center lane. Almost able to find a long bump, just not able to get it to go. Another great save from the Quebec corner. Meekers getting past 2, loses it. Johnny Coldcuts loosens it up. Loki out to the point, scoring off the top right corner where you stick the stamp. Billy has himself a dime. 1 point is all that separates these two teams now after 5 goals into the matchup. Only 48 seconds left to transpire. Who will get the next one will determine the fate of the Stars in a matchup like this. It is a best of 3, so this first matchup, doesn't matter who wins it, we will be seeing another 15 minutes at least, maybe at most, between these two teams here tonight. Here's Meekers towards the near side of the ice. Johnny Coldcuts getting a piece of that one with 30 seconds to go. Meekers back in the Quebec corner with 1 man to pass to. Down the ice, finds his way to him. Down in the corner, Nair with a shot, hits the side of the cage out to Meekers. Polling, shooting, near side and wide. Nair trying to find a way to pass this one back out to the point. Takes the mail himself after he sets the pick for Johnny Coldcuts. Meekers topside, finds his way to Nair. Billy there to apply that pressure. Finds 5 here off the hip. 10 seconds remaining. 5 here from the backhand. Polling, shooting. Far side and wide into the corner. Loki tries to get it out. 5 here keeps it in. 3 seconds to go. Corner, shooting. Not able to send it in. And that will be the end of the second. A good try at a last attempt whistle, but not able to get that puck across that red line. 2-3 at the end of 2. Windy City getting something better to talk about. 8 shots to 8. They've nullified the difference there. And they're taking a chop at the block to get this one back in action. Quebec Flair only had 1 shot released during that second period of action. But as all 6 parties are ready to rock, we'll take this one down in the ice for the final time here in game number 1. As the same 6 will finish it that have started it. 5 minutes is all that remains in the hourglass for these two teams. Quebec defending the right cage in the red. Windy City defending the left cage in the black, as always. Johnny Coldcuts down low, trying to take the mail himself, but not able to find a box to put it in. Meekers with 1 man back. Dangle, shooting, scoring, and there's that 2-goal deficit back intact. 13 seconds into the third is all it took him. Able to get that, able to zig while 5 years zagged, and as last man back, the most you can do is guess. Forehand stick check by Loki. Topside shot. Billy goes wide. Meekers here trying to get this one away from Billy. Billy back out to the point. Finds Johnny Coldcuts wheeling off the backhand. Forehand, or not able to get that one through the traffic. 5-year goes over to Nair. Nair with a shot, scores, and he sits in his office and he awaits his paperwork as he files it away with 4:26 remaining here in the final chapter of play. The Quebec Flare said, we only got one shot on goal during that second period. Let's make these ones count. Billy, right from the drop of the hat, looking for a little blood to draw. Saved there by Nair, taking this one back down low in the defensive end. 5-year here in the neutral zone, looking down towards the near side. Loki here with a few stick checks, loosens him up, shooting near side and wide. 5-year here with it now. 5-year to the near side, trying to get this one away from Nair. Makers here back at the point, crosses that one across the ice. Johnny Coldcuts there with the interception. Makers here with a good stick check, trying to get this one back intact for the boys in red. Johnny Coldcuts goes up to the defensive side. Nair with a shot. 5-year with a save, and he'll dump this one down and in. Makers here for the Flare with a 3-goal lead. Not a whole lot of hurry in his footstep here tonight. Nair with a forehand shot, stopped by the captain from Windy City. Nair here with it, back at the far side point. Takes it out to the red line. Meekers gets past one, but not Billy. Meekers here with it. 3 points on the board. Separating these two teams. 5-year gets a piece of it. Loosens it up for a moment. Shooting, scoring. What an angle from the neutral zone. Cementing this one 6-5. They're able to find an empty gap. Not one that if I shot it would have went in, but I'm not Nair. 5-year awarded that save, getting this one back down low. A 4-goal deficit against the Quebec Flare, one of the toughest to take out whenever you're in the intermediate division. Got to play more advantageous, leaving yourself open on the defensive side and in a risk for more goals. 5-year with a beautiful takeaway. That would have been a sure shot goal for the Quebec Flare if that got through. Billy looking for that wraparound, hits a few bodies during the transmission. Meekers topside, Nair shooting off to the near side. A very difficult angle to hit, no matter who you are or what division you're from. Johnny Coldcuts met promptly by Loki. A shot towards the cage, going wide off the far side. Meekers here with an out back behind his own cage. Uses it as a fence to separate him. It's barely out of the reach of Nair on the through shot. You'll have to chase after it. Johnny Coldcuts here with a 2-on-1. Off the back end, not able to take it in stride. Meekers down low, finds his captain. Forehand shooting, hits the side of the cage. Billy tries to get this one out to his captain, not able to hit him. Meekers, Billy throws this one down and in with 2:34 to go here in the third. Loki to the near side. Meekers backhand, stopped by Johnny Coldcuts. Off the backhand, looks towards the near side of the ice for a little gimme. 5-year tries to find traffic topside. Billy gets this one back over towards the near side, out to the point, over to his captain. Forehand shot goes wide of the cage. Meekers looking to handle this one towards the top side of the ice with 2:13 here remaining in the third. 5-year with a good stick check, finds his way back in. Shooting, scoring, and his first of the playoffs comes at a crucial time. Gets his boys back in the game. A little bit of breath of fresh air, if you ask me. As we near the 2-minute mark here in the third period of action, they're only down by 3. This is a game of who can make the fewest mistakes. Loki looking to capitalize, hits the side of the cage on the interception. 5-year down low. Nair looking top side to take advantage. 5-year gets this one out of the defensive end. Here's Meekers with it now forward. Quebec. Meekers near side. Loki with an open net, not able to get that one to go. The puck was a little too slow to catch on his forehand. Meekers down in the corner, looks to the near side for another solution to his problems. Only one man down the ice for him to pass to. He's in a little bit of trouble. Nair with a backhand shot goes wide of the cage. Here's Johnny Coldcuts with it now. Off the backhand pass over to Billy. Billy off the backhand, not able to hook that one into the cage. A little server lag going a long way for the Quebec defense. 5-year down low. Meekers getting a piece of that one. Meekers off the backhand, looks towards that top side of the ice with 1:16 remaining here in the third period of action. Johnny Coldcuts with the takeaway. Meekers not making it easy, finds a takeaway in his own basket. Meekers topside, saved by Billy. Gets this one back out to the neutral zone. Johnny Coldcuts not able to streak free with that one. Nair with a shot stopped at the blue line. Here's Meekers with it now for the Quebec Flare. Near side, not able to get that one through to his captain, Nair on the near side, waiting on the doorstep, hoping for a dog treat. Johnny Coldcuts here with it now. 52 seconds to go here in the third. Down by 3, looking for a little pride to play for here in this matchup. Last time these two teams met, the only time during the regular season these two teams have met, it was a 4-6 decision in favor of the Flare. Flare took all 6 of their cross-conference matchups. Windy City, I think, went 2-4. 5-year with a calculated pass over to Billy. Billy with the backhand chip towards the cage, not able to get that one through the traffic. Meekers getting a hand here by 5-year. 5-year with a backhand shot, not able to get that one through Meekers' solid body. Johnny Coldcuts takes it, shoots it, goes off the body of Meekers out at the face-off circle. Here's Nair with it now. Stopped by Johnny. Loki follows it up. Off the backhand, gets it out to the offensive zone. 10 seconds remain. Nair, Billy goes off Meekers, back out to the defensive blue line over to Loki. Loki near side finds his captain down low. Nair pulling, shooting, stopped by Johnny Coldcuts, and that will do it for game number 1. 6-3 the final score, and the Quebec Flair have the advantage. Will they be able to close it out in the next matchup? The question on everybody's mind here tonight. 14 shots to 10. Quebec Flair had the better side of that stat as well as the goals. Whether or not they'll be able to walk away with a clean sweep is the big one on the board here tonight. Quebec Flair had the best regular season record out of every team in the intermediate division. Windy City Watchmen are in for a challenge. Keeping it close. They kept it way closer than I thought they would have. Every game in SPL does have the 10-goal mercy rule, including these playoff games. I thought there was a chance, maybe a possibility, not to take off any skin off the nose of the Windy City Watchmen, but taking a look at the difference in the regular season records between these two teams, I thought there was a possibility of it. Either way, everybody's ready to rock. Everybody's ready to roll back down on the ice for game number 2. We'll see what they got in store for us here in a minute. Quebec Flair defend the right cage. Windy City Watchmen defend the left. The puck is dropped, and the game is on here in the second in this best of 3. Johnny Coldcuts towards the top side, finds Meekers off the backhand. 5-year gets this one down low. Here's Billy with a hand on this one. Meekers backhand shooting, goes off 5-year. 5-year on the far side of the crease, trying to get this one through the traffic. 5-year, I played with him back in season number 4, and he has progressed immensely from that season that we played together back on the Hot Springs Hot Tamales. It does warm my heart to see that he's grinding himself a skill set. Meekers towards the top side of the ice, trying to get this one through the opposition. Only one man to pass to. Loki might be having a little bit of trouble with the connection, or he just likes playing defense. I'm not sure which it is. Meekers, top side corner, looking to send this one down near side. Billy with a shot. Meekers there with a beautiful stave, coming across the crease, stacking the pads. First shot on the board here, and this one is from the Watchmen. 5-year near side. Billy here at the point, pulling. Not able to get the shot released as Meekers took up all the opportunity there, every step by step. Billy cuts it across to the top side outer slot. 5-year here off the backhand, getting this one down low. Meekers off the backhand, trying to exit this one out of the defensive zone into the offensive shooting. Billy there with a save. Goes out to Nair, and Billy to decide the fate of the Stars. Across the ice, just barely. Not able to capitalize on that wraparound attempt somehow, some way off the backhand. Billy trying to fake up Meekers. Meekers not buying anything he's selling. 5-year throws it out neutral zone. Here's Meekers with it now with 3:33 in the first. Meekers back down low. Pass out to Loki. Loki off the forehand. Tries to abide his time. The puck slowed down a little bit too much for his liking. There with an empty net, shooting wide of the cage, off into the far side corner. Johnny Coldcuts here looking to advance his efforts. Meekers there, not making life easy for him. Meekers left alone with the puck. Billy there trying to get a hand on it to the near side. 5-year with a forehand chip out to the far side wall, and Billy going to keep possession back over to Johnny Coldcuts in the defensive zone for Windy City. 5-year going to let that one leak out to the neutral zone. Tries to follow it up. Meekers there throws this one back down and in. Johnny Coldcuts finds his way to Billy. Near side just over the stick of 5-year. Loki here getting a piece of that one back at his own end wall. Here's 5-year in the corner. Out to the point. Billy cuts it across. Nair there takes it back down to the near side wall. Billy, Meekers try to fight for it for their respective hockey teams. Billy trying to get this one down low. Meekers trying to get it the other way. Cuts it across, looking for the empty net. Shooting far side and wide. Nair tries to keep this one out in front. Finds his way off the post and into the far side point as Johnny Coldcuts ushers this one into a new era. Meekers tries to get this one out of the defensive zone. Nair with a shot. Scoring! Top shelf where you keep the peanut butter. And we have ourselves a difference on the board after 2 minutes and 34 seconds of unscoring slap shot. We have ourselves something to talk about, something to think about, something to swallow. The Quebec Flair able to get themselves on the board first here in the second game in this best of 3. Johnny Coldcuts looking for a little bit of a revenge streak. Billy trying to chop that one towards the cage, not able to get that one through traffic. Meekers with a long distance try, goes off 5-year to the near side wall. So he looks towards the top side for a little bit of elbow room to work with. Looking to cut this one down the straight. Takes it around Loki. Backhand shot goes wide of the cage. Johnny Coldcuts trying to find a way to get his way into the good. I'm really trying here. My brain is just putting here tonight. Meekers stopped by Johnny Coldcuts. Finds his way to Loki. A forehand shot towards the cage. A little panhandle by Meekers. A little flare on that one, if you will. The little Quebec flare. You see what I did there? I thought it was funny. Billy with a great block off near shot on the far side face-off circle. Billy going to dump this one down and into the offensive zone. Gives his boys some time to breathe from the Watchmen. 1:33 to go here in the first. Meekers here with possession. Meekers Stopped by Johnny Coldcuts. Looks for the wraparound attempt. Not able to get the puck to work with him on a shot angle. 5-year here getting a piece of this one towards the top side of the ice. He battles it out with Meekers down in the corner. Meekers walks away with it. Billy takes it away. Shooting near side and wide. Johnny Coldcuts looking to pick this one up. Back out to the point. Billy polling. Shooting. Goes off the side of the cage down low to his captain. Johnny Coldcuts here with an out for the boys in black. Goes off the hip of a defenseman out to the far side point. Brought back down low by 5-year. Meekers here off the forehand. Tries to get this one through the traffic. Billy. Meekers off the stick of Billy once more. Chops it top side. Loki there with a great block off 5-year scoring chance. 5-year shooting. Goes off the body and in it goes. And we're tied. Easy cometh, easy goeth, the Lord giveth, and the Lord yoinketh away. Loki thought he had it, but he was in fact the have-he. With 50 seconds to go, we're back tied here in the first. Meekers looking to wheel and deal this one towards the top side of the ice. Loki there trying to get him a little bit of extra room to work with. Nair here with a forehand shot, not able to get that one to waltz in through the uprights. Meekers with a forehand shot. Nice stop there by Johnny Coldcuts. Nair with a shot. Stopped away by 5-year. 5-year in a little bit of trouble. Meekers walking away with it. Billy has otherwise to say. Throws this one down low. Here's Johnny with it now. 20 seconds is all that remains here in the first period of game 2. Billy down low. Back out to the point. Finds his way down deep into the slot. Off the body of Meekers. Billy out to the point. 5-year trails after it. Finds himself off the wall. Down low it goes. Looking to play it safe rather than sorry. Pops out to the point, shooting far side and wide, and that will do it for the first period of action. Here at the Glue Shop Arena in Quebec, it's 1-1 after 1. A lot of shots down on the ice from both departments. Windy City getting the better side of the chances so far here tonight. That's probably not the right terminology. They have more chances down on the ice, but the chances they've capitalized on are the same as Quebec. Nair with the only goal, 5-year on the flip side of that. So we're back down on the ice here for the second period of action. The puck is dropped. The game is on. Quebec Flair on the right. Windy City Watchmen on the left. We play ball once again here tonight. Johnny Coldcuts scores off the backhand shot. Able to find a wallop to put on his wallet. And another notch to the belt. Another drop to the ocean for that man's successful offensive season. He's just tacking them on. 2-1 Watchmen. Their first lead of tonight. There. Looking for an opportunity to knock on his door so he can open it and say hello. You want some cheese? Billy. Loki. Down low into the Watchman zone. 5-year fans on it. Here's Nair with an out. Nair down low on his own on the offensive back wall. Loki with a shot. Johnny with a save. Throws this one down and in. Quebec here starting the breakout. Meekers trying to get this one through. Off of Nair's hip. 5-year there gets a save. Billy chops this one down low and he scores off the backhand. From his own defensive end, he found a lane down the center avenue, and he waltzed the disco here tonight. Makes it 3-1 for the Watchmen. Not even 50 seconds elapsing off the clock here in this middle chapter of play. The Windy City Watchmen already have 2 shots, 2 goals, and a lot of positivity to talk about here tonight. Quebec Flair's breakout, leaving a little bit something to be desired. That's where good coaching comes in. Loki playing a bit more of a cautious role during these breakouts, only leaving Nair down the ice. I see the adaptation on the ice right now. Nair starting the breakout, looking for that long-distance pass. You got to have 2 men down the ice if you're going to have a successful scoring streak on the transition game. And Quebec just didn't need it really in that first game, as they had a handsome lead throughout the majority of the regulation. And we'll see if that transitions as they trail now. Nair off the backhand, chopped in front. Billy there with a block out in front. Meekers trying to find a way through the traffic. Loki after that one chops one near side. Johnny Coldcuts here with an out for the boys in black. A forehand shot, not able to get through Meekers' backhand. Johnny Coldcuts back to the point. Billy here with an out at the red line. Stopped by Nair. Nair trying to keep possession near side. Gets past one, not able to get past 5-year. Loki shooting, saved by 5-year. Top side along the wall. Loki here in the neutral zone regains possession. Goes off the body and wide off the far side. Here's 5-year with an out, trying to get this one out of the defensive end. Off the backhand, hits that red line, finds the blue line, shooting far side and wide. Johnny Coldcuts here picking it up on the near side wall. With 2 minutes, 51 seconds to go here in the second period of action. Windy City still up 2-1. Meekers, top side. Nair off the forehand, scores off the top left corner, and that's a hard angle to hit. That's a hard angle to swallow, and that's a great goal by the IM leading goal scorer. What a shot. What a shot. Akers cutting this one top side, finding his way off the backhand of Nair down into the O-zone. Watchmen get this one back out to the neutral. Here's Meekers with it now. Challenged by Johnny Cold, cuts every step of the way. Nair topside shooting, far side and wide. Loki trying to find his way back downtown. Nair here, look for the wraparound attempt. All three players to deny that one for the boys in black. Goes out in front. Loki here tries to spin on that one. Forehand shot, hits his captain between the eyes. Here's Meekers with it now in the near side outer slot. Johnny Cold cuts here from the corner, gets it out to the neutral zone. Meekers trying to fight for it along the near side wall, hits that blue line, finds a little bit of adversity from the captain, from the Watchman. Johnny Cold cuts, not going to take no for an answer. Billy down the near side trying to get this one away. Here's Meekers with it now for the boys in red. Looking towards the top side of the ice, trying to find a pass down the straight. Johnny Cold cuts, waiting for it. Off the back end, not able to get the shot release. A great stick check there by Meekers, playing the physical game right in the nick of time. 1:47 to go here in the second. One goal is all that separates these two teams, and that's in favor of Windy City. Billy shooting near side and wide. Loki off the backhand, cycles it out. Johnny Cold cuts with a shot, goes far side and wide this time. Meekers trying to find a way to get a passing lane opened up. A good pass to the top side. Nair slapped away by 5 years, just keeping his boys alive. Johnny Cold cuts down low, finds Billy on the near side, finds its way from the face-off circle out to the neutral zone. An empty shot, scores! And there is a tie ball game to be had tonight. 8 shots into it, 3 goals on the board. And Meekers able to get through that narrow corridor between Billy and 5 year to send that one packing. 1:20 to go here in the middle chapter. The boys play on. Johnny Cold cuts in the neutral zone. Loki gets a hip on that one, loosens it back to the defensive side where Meekers will take charge. Meekers led the lobby during that first game in terms of uncontested puck possession. 60 seconds to go. Nair finds his way off his hip and just through the wickets. He just walks his way down Center Avenue, finds himself a bag of Scooby snacks, and he's not going to complain about that one bit. Quebec up 4-3 here before the second period has concluded. Meekers stopped by Billy. Billy shooting near side, and that one goes wide. Meekers towards the top side of the ice, trying to find a way to dime this one out to his captain. Johnny Coldcutt takes it away. Meekers takes it right back. Meekers gets past 2 men, goes over to Nair, an empty net, and he will walk that one downtown Charlie Brown. I have a sense of deja vu in this one. Nair, whenever we played earlier this season, scored 7 of those on us, and I feel that one spiritually. 38 seconds remain here in the middle chapter. Flair now up by 2. Nair back to Meekers, 30 seconds to go. Forehand pass, Loki, backhand shot, stopped away by Billy. Not close enough to the net for that one to count as a shot. 5 year here with a challenging shot, not able to get it to go. Johnny Coldcutt's near side, tries to get this one to work with him. Along the near side, yellow. Loki to Meekers. Meekers towards the top side, gets this one past 5 year. Meekers here with 1 man to pass it to, shoots it instead. 10 seconds to go. That one goes wide out in front. Billy there awarded that save, keeps this one down to the near side point. Meekers down low into the corner, goes off. Johnny Coldcutt's over to 5 year. 5 year with a backhand chip, and that one goes wide into the corner, and that will symbolize the end of the second. Quebec able to find themselves back on top here, 5-3 at the end of the second period of action. 12 shots to their name, 5 of them going in. 7 shots for Windy City, 3 of them going in. Both teams playing their hearts out down on the ice. Nothing bad really to say about either side. But 5 year, tremendous efforts, tremendous development. Last time I watched him play, he was a very different player. And, well, Nair, on the flip side of that coin, is doing just exactly what we've expected him to here tonight. So we get this third period underway. Quebec Flair still defending the right cage. Meekers trying to get a shot on the Watchman defending that left cage. Johnny Coldcutt's here with a shot. Meekers there awarded that save. Off to a rip-roaring, offensively minded third period of action. Possibly the last period here in the series. Hits the post down, goes off. Coldcutt's out to the neutral zone. Here's Meekers with now. Shot saved away by 5 year. Loki looking to hook this one down the near side. Panics a little bit off the forehand. He'll send this one back to the defensive side. Meekers here with a now. Goes off 5 year. Hits Nair in the forehead. 5 year here with a pickle stabber. Finds his way back to Johnny Coldcutt's. Coldcutt's out to the neutral zone. Here's Meekers with a now for the opposing team. Top side of Loki. Shot saved away by Johnny Coldcutt's. Off the backhand. Fakes out one. Looks for the shot. Stone cold Steve Austin. Able to give him the cold hard shiver. With 3:18 to go here in the third period of action. What a shot to beat him on the far side post. And 9 goals into it. They're only down by 1. Johnny furries it up. Billy top side. Looks for the point pass. Finds his way near side 5 year. Near side finds Johnny after a few trailing moments. Billy to Johnny. Meekers with a stick check, throws it away free to the near side. Johnny forcing him back down low on his own end wall. Meekers tries to find a set picked by Nair. Meekers does not have anyone to send the puck down to. Throws it along the end wall and hopes Nair is able to follow it up. Nair to the top side. Here's Billy. Throws this one down and into the Quebec zone. 3:44 to go here in the third period of action. Loki, topside, cuts it across. Billy there tries to take it away. Hits the tip of his stick instead of the forehand. I think that might have been his goal otherwise. Johnny cold cuts. Finds Meekers. Out at the far side blue line. Billy there hitting that hook shot. Not able to find his captain. Loki goes over to Nair. Nair off the backhand. Goes off Billy. Nice save by Johnny cold cuts back between the pipes. Able to keep that the bobbling puck from trickling over. 5-year comes back for it. Billy stick checked. Has to rethink that one over to Johnny Coldcuts. Johnny, forehand, gets this one out. Goes over the stick of Loki. Good shot attempt by 5-year. Would have packed its way in if Meekers was never born. 3:09 to work with here in the final chapter of what could be this series. Both teams playing their hearts out on the ice, not pulling any punches. No holds barred so far here in game number 2. Nair out in front. Meekers trying to dangle. Shoots, hits the post, and that one goes off into the drink of sorrows. Johnny to the near side. Nair meets him at the face-off circle. He's going to dump this one down, give his boy some time to set up this back check. Billy with a great stick check. Finds his way to 5-year shooting. Nice save by Meekers. Hits the post. Billy not able to tuck it away as it goes off to the far side point. Johnny finding its way back off the stick of Meekers into the defensive zone for the Watchmen. Here's 5-year with it now halfway through this third and final period of regulation. Loki takes it away. 5-year takes it right back. Off the backhand hook. Not able to get it to go. Meekers there challenges him down to the near side corner. Loki tries to get it up. Billy keeps it in. Billy out in front. Nobody with a black jersey to tuck it in, though. Here's Nair with it now. Johnny Coldcuts forcing him along the end wall. Meekers returns fire back over to Nair. Nair off the backhand, not able to get the wraparound attempt to go. Billy with a dump down. Loki with the answer. Johnny Coldcuts takes it away. Shooting goes off a body over to Billy. Billy off the near side cuts it back and across, but not able to find 5-year in stride. Nair's dump down is collected by Johnny Coldcuts. Meekers shooting. Billy with a save. Billy off the backhand. Keeps it neutral zone. 5-year trying to get through the traffic. Off the forehand. Shooting. Goes off the end wall. Back over to Billy. Billy with $1.50 to go here in regulation. Only down by one. One shot is all they need to ring true to be back in this one. Meekers to the top side. 5-year trying to jam at him. Trying to read himself a few steps ahead. Johnny Coldcuts stopped by Meekers on the shot attempt at the red line. Johnny Coldcuts going to be forced back into the defensive zone. Nair shooting. Nice save by Billy. Nair tries to get it once more. Back over to Loki on the shot attempt. Shooting. Nice save by Johnny Coldcuts, keeping his team in it. Nair. Billy down low into the corner. Billy off the forehand. Chops it across the crease. Here's Meekers with possession. 5-year has the better side of it, though. Off the back end. Holding. Looking for the pull out in front. The puck just got away from him, though. Billy chops it loose. Johnny Coldcuts down the near side lane. Trying to get this one out in front. Here's Meekers with it now with $1.05 remaining in the third. Meekers to the top side. Loki lagging out his own defensive end. Nair trying to find a shot attempt, but not able to get it to go. Meekers fighting for it. 5-year doing the same. Out to the neutral zone. Here's Loki with it now. Banks this one off the near side glass over to 5-year. 5-year down low. Billy trying to pick it up off the forehand. To the backhand. Off the shot. Almost able to get it to go. What a shot that would have been. Loki. Nair. Johnny fighting for it on the far side face-off circle. 39 seconds to go in regulation. One goal is still needed for Windy City. A long scoring drought has been had in this game, and that would be a breath of fresh air. Meekers, 30 seconds. 5-year scoring off the stick check, and we have a tie ball game. A great back check going a long way, and Meekers, classic blunder, threw his queen out to no man's land, and the Rook took it all. 29 seconds to go, and one more goal to be scored in a battle like this. Billy fighting for pride. Nair out at the point trying to find his way towards the enemy crease. Here's Billy with it once more. Top side finds his way through the traffic. Sloki near side finds Meekers out to Nair. Nair almost able to find a shot lane to work with. 5-year not letting him have any of it. 6 seconds to go, and it looks like we will have overtime here in game 2. Meekers going to hold on. One last shot, but we do in fact have overtime. 5-5. Next goal wins. The puck is dropped, and that's the game. Nair able to get in there, get her done. The sun doesn't set in this horizon. But Quebec able to find a way to pop that one down and in. What a way to end it. The Quebec Flair do have themselves a spot in the semifinals. They await their opponents, whether it's Hot Springs or if it's Carolina. They will have themselves a dance. But a good matchup. Both sides of the ice played their hearts out. Nothing to hang your heads about. Pushing as a second second wild card spot. The Windy City Watchmen, I thought, played a fabulous game here tonight. Seeing 5-year progress as a player, warming my heart. Johnny Coldcuts, Billy, both of them playing in the Open Division last season alongside the Quebec Flair. Might have a little bit more history than I alluded to here tonight. But both teams played a fabulous game of slapshot down in the Intermediate Division. And, well, some shots go your way, some shots don't. Quebec Flair had 18 of those here tonight, having 6 of them find the back of the net. Johnny Coldcuts played a fabulous defensive game for the boys in the black and the yellow here tonight. And you can't take any pride off his shoulder in that department. He stopped so many scoring chances in that second game that I feel like he should get a crown of his own to wear out of pride. But the face-off difference on the board, not sure how that's calculated, but it is there, and I feel like I need to draw a little bit of attention to it as it's a difference of 10. The takeaway game, very in favor of Quebec. Passing game, just about dead even. Windy City getting the better side of the passes overall. It was only by 2, which isn't a whole lot, but it's still there. And that possession time, probably the majority of it being for Meekers. Meekers having 2 minutes 23 with the puck uncontested on his stick. Only a handful of seconds to go around the rest of the ballpark. 5 goals from Nair, 1 from Meekers, and 12 shots out of that one man's back wall at Nair. Player of the matchup. 10 takeaways, no turnovers, very responsible with the puck. And hey, those 10 takeaways, generating those 12 shots, real big difference maker out there for Quebec here tonight. And for the Windy City Watchmen, a great season they had here in season number 9. It ends here tonight for them. And, you know, going into a matchup against IM's best team statistically, you can't really knock them for playing the way that they did. They kept it close. They kept it wild. They kept it fun for us here to watch at home here tonight. 5-year, 2 goals. Johnny Coldcuts with 2. Billy with 1. To sum up their 5, they're in game number 2. Good stuff. Good stuff. Do I need to put in logs? Nah, I got it. I can handle it here tonight. But with that being said, that's all I got for you here tonight. We'll go on farther into the postseason as the week progresses. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching some good old-fashioned slapshot with me here tonight. Just take a look at all the big boys. There it goes. I was waiting for the background to load in. Thank you for the big names in red. Eli Irvion, JS former league admin, lead broadcaster Min Snowda, alongside Gubby, former league admin M-Dub, current league admin Unglued Snail, Maynard, Q Silver, Cloudy, Davo, and Renard, alongside everybody that contributed here tonight. I always appreciate it. I always appreciate it. I appreciate it more than you know. Hoo-hee, hoo-ha-ha. Ting-tang. But, yeah. It was a good night. It was a good matchup. I haven't watched a whole lot of the IM division here this season because more times than not, I'm playing in that game. But yeah, it was good to see them. It was good to see what they look like when they're not playing me. It was a very fun matchup for me to watch, at least as far as my words go. But playoffs are not over. Still got to figure out what round 1 is going to look like at the conclusion of it. Sunday, 8:30, the Cinnamon Bears will take on the Bassmasters for the final spot in the semifinals for the Intermediate Division. It will be a fun one. It will be a good one. I will not be casting it because I will probably have to play in it. But, yeah, we've had a good season here. I'm very down with the atmosphere we've had down on the playing ice, and I hope we have it more during season number 10. Yeah. If you're here, you get the first little insider information. I'm trying to get Season 10 started the week after 4th of July. So this is the first time the public is hearing of that date. So if you want to plan out your 4th of July, hopefully it won't have to collide with anything SPL related. But yeah, that's my game plan. It might change. I have not made that in the announcements channel because I have no idea how long these playoffs are going to take. A lot of players going on vacation. And myself as well. I'm gone from like Monday to Wednesday this next week. But we'll see what happens. Season 10 going to be fun. Season 10 probably going to have a lot of players. A lot of new faces have been around the Slapshot rebound community. Very excited to get to talk to new faces, get to interact with them. Everybody's first 20 hours are when they're most hopeful, and that's whenever you really get the vibe, you know. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning into the SPL Network. My name is Darth. With that being said, I hope you all have a great afternoon, a great evening, and the other one, hope you have a great night. I'm going to bed. It's way past my bedtime.